What's good, Breaker Nation? Welcome back to another session of Bama Breaker. And today I'm bringing back another story time. And as you can see in the title, it says I'm not Cupid. And so that's what this story time is going to be about. It's going to be about the time me and a couple of my friends tried to hook up two of my other friends and stuff really didn't even work out. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. Go ahead and hit the like. Go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and tell your friends, subscribe, do all that. Go look at the last couple of videos because we blowing up this year. Let's get it. To give some background information before I start like the video or whatever, the video consists of me, my friend Hunter. Y'all see him back in Car Troubles video, Dog Days video. My friend Eric, he hasn't been in my video somewhat or whatever like that, but I think he was in my Valentine's Day video when we was going out passing out roses. My friend Melanie, she's also been in a couple of my videos. Like I think y'all saw her birthday when she was like passed out on my couch and stuff like that. My friend Paige, that's Hunter's girlfriend. So Hunter's dating Paige. Melanie and Eric, they're not dating, but they're also in the video as well. And we have a friend Corbin. Corbin never showed up in any of my videos, but she's the one that we're trying to set up a date for, and we're trying to set her up with Eric. So starting the story starts off with it was a regular night. At that point, Melanie was living with Hunter and stuff like that because Melanie needed a place to stay. So Hunter brought her in. And we're all just chilling at Hunter's house. We're talking, just like going back, like remembering like the old days back freshman year. Because right now I'm a junior, about to be a senior in college. So yeah, woo, big ups to that, big ups to that. But we're just like going back thinking about days of the freshman year, how silly we was, how young we were and stuff like that. And we started talking about like some things we did. And like one of the topics came up was I think it was freshman year, or I think it was sophomore year. It was sophomore year. Hunter and Paige tried to set me up on a double date, basically, with their friend Corbin. Corbin used to be Paige's roommate back freshman year. So sophomore year, they tried to set us up on like a double date and stuff like that. The double date went all right ish. It was more awkward than anything because I never met Corbin. She never met me. Only time we like really like talked or whatever like that was like those random days she'll come over with Paige and stuff like that. Me and Hunter would be sitting on the couch playing the PS4 or whatever like that. PS4. I think it was PS4. PS4 or PS3. Well, it doesn't matter. We were sitting there playing Call of Duty, going in on zombies. And if y'all want to go ahead and add me on the PS4 right now, my name is Bama underscore Breaker. Bama underscore Breaker. Right now, I got Jump Force. I'll smash a nigga in Jump Force. I got Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So if you want to go ahead and like campaign with me, be on zombie mode, multiplayer, I'm down with that. Go ahead and add me. Again, it's Bama underscore Breaker. But most of the time, me and Hunter would just be chilling there. Corbin would like usually come over with Paige or whatever like that. And we were just like talking about like how the double date went. And I was like, yeah, it was kind of awkward. But it was kind of cool at the end of the day. Me and Corbin became like real close friends. Like I still talk to Corbin to this day whenever she comes into Moe's or whatever like that. Like she's real close friends with Melanie and stuff like that. So we always like talk whenever she comes into Moe's with her sister or her brother. Cool. So Eric at that time was like, oh, like, let me see a picture of Corbin and stuff like that. So Paige ended up showing Eric a picture of Corbin, and Eric was like, oh, she's cute, stuff like that. Like, let me take her out. So that's when we all came up with the idea, like the big idea on getting Eric and Corbin, to go on like this date or whatever like that. To not make it seem obvious and weird, we were all basically like plotting, saying, okay, we're all just gonna go to the movies and like we're just gonna have a good time. Let Corbin and Eric like conversate, like let them like get to know each other and see like how Corbin feels about the situation. Cool. So we planned the day, but to like tell you, Corbin isn't the type of person that goes out. Corbin, like, she goes out with like some of her friends, like they go out to the bars, they drink and stuff like that. But like when it's just like a casual thing, like she's like usually like a sheltered person, like she'll stay inside and like watch a movie all night, like stuff like that. She's not like the real type of person to go out every day. She'll go like stay inside, really read a book or whatever. But like, so Paige had text Corbin. I guess Corbin like didn't reply back, stuff like that. Eric tried to text her, she didn't reply back. So they were like, Kenny, text Corbin and see if she wants to come out or whatever like that. So I text Corbin and I was like, hey, yo, we're all going to the movies tonight. Are you trying to come? And she was like, yeah, I'm down. Cool. Just let me know when, the time and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, bet. So I tell her the time we're going to the movies that night. She was like, bet, I'm down. Cool. So the plan's in motion right now. Cupid's in motion right now. So at this point, me, Melanie, Paige, Eric, and Corbin are all going to the movies. Hunter didn't go to the movies because Hunter had to work. So Hunter was like, I'll just meet y'all back at my apartment and we can all just chill at my apartment. I'll make like some spaghetti or whatever like that. And we can all just chill back at my apartment the rest of the night. Cool. So I text Eric later that day and I was like, hey, it would be cool for you to go pick up Corbin, because at that time Corbin didn't have a car or nothing like that. So I was like, it'd be cool for you to go pick up Corbin and stuff like that. So Eric was like, yeah, bet. So later that night, we're all me, Melanie, Paige, and Hunter. We're all at Hunter's apartment waiting on Eric and Corbin. Corbin texts me and was like, hey, Eric like isn't here to pick me up or nothing like that. So I call Eric and I'm like, yo, Eric, where you at? You were supposed to go pick up Corbin and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm trying to be Cupid. How are you gonna try to pull somebody if you can't like even go pick them up or whatever like that? It's like, this is your date. Like, we're setting this up for you. I'm like, you gotta go pick up Corbin. Go pick Corbin up. And he was like, I'm running late. I'm at my dad's restaurant and stuff like that. You go pick up Corbin for me. And I was like, why do I gotta go pick up Corbin? And he was like, because I'm running late. So I was like, okay, cool. Didn't think nothing about it. I go pick up Corbin and stuff. When I get to Corbin's apartment, I call Corbin. I'm like, hey, I'm outside. She was like, bet, I'm on the way. Corbin gets in the car. She was like, oh, hey, Kenny, what's up? How you been? I was like, nothing, just chilling. Really just working, trying to get through school and stuff like that. So me and Corbin's like just talking from her apartment all the way to Hunter's, back to Hunter's apartment. Like, we're just like conversating, talking and stuff like that. Cool. We get there. We're waiting on Eric for a good hour and a half. We were supposed to go to the 8 o'clock movie. By the time Eric actually got there, we had enough time to make it to the last movie. That was like at 10:45 or whatever like that. So we finally get to the movies, and how everything set up was when you walk down the aisle to get to your seat in the movie theater, we were planning on Eric sitting next to Corbin. So we were like trying to like line up in like a specific way and stuff like that. But somehow it turns out it was Melanie, Eric, Paige, Corbin, then me in that way of seating. So Melanie and me, we were on the ends. Eric was sitting next to Melanie. Then it was Paige next to Eric. Corbin was next to Paige, and I was next to Corbin on the other end away from Melanie. So we're all looking like, how did this happen? Because the way we all walked in the aisle to sit down, Eric was sitting next to Corbin, but it did not turn out like that. So I text Eric like sometime in the movie. I was like, hey, like, you need to come sit next to Corbin. And so Eric was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna come sit next to you so you can get up and go sit next to Melanie. So if that would have worked out perfectly, it would be Melanie on the end. I would be sitting between Melanie and Paige. Then it would be Corbin and Eric on the other end away from us. But when Eric got up, he came and sat next to me. And everybody was looking like kind of lost, like, what is Eric getting up for? Or whatever like that. Because I never text Melanie or Paige about the situation. So when Eric got up and came and sat next to me and stuff like that, like, they were like looking kind of lost, like, why is he getting up like halfway into the movie or whatever like that. So as I'm about to get up to go sit next to Melanie and Paige, Melanie decides to scoot down that one seat because I guess she felt left out because of that one space between her and Paige. So she scooted down that one seat next to Paige. So when I was standing up to get ready to walk to go sit between them, Melanie had scooted down and I was just left there standing like I was just stuck. So I literally just sat back down in my own seat. Then at that point, everybody's looking at me like I'm weird now. Like, okay, so what was he trying to do? So me and Eric just sitting there talking like for a good like 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out like what we're gonna do now. In retrospect, how the seats were set up now after Eric moved, it was Melanie, Paige, Corbin, me, then Eric. I was literally sitting between Eric and Corbin. So at the end of the day, me and Eric could have literally just switched seats so he can be sitting next to Corbin, but we never thought about doing that. For some reason, we never thought about just switching seats. So what ended up happening, Eric was trying to talk to Corbin over me and stuff like that, but Corbin wasn't paying no attention to Eric. Corbin was mostly talking to me throughout the whole movie. I forgot what did we go see Justice League? I want to say I think it was Aquaman. And it was like one scene, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Or whatever like that. And Eric was like, oh, you so lame for that. And Corbin was like, don't say that's lame because that was actually a cool scene. And I was like looking at Eric like, you're fucking the situation up. Like, what are you doing? But like throughout the whole movie, Eric was trying to talk to Corbin over me. And it wasn't even working because every time Eric said something to Corbin would talk directly to me and I would have to answer her back. Because if I didn't answer her back, it was going to look just suspicious. Like, why aren't you talking to me? She wasn't paying no attention to Eric. She was like really just talking to me the whole movie. So the movie ended up backfiring that whole time because me and Eric never decided to switch seats so he can sit next to Corbin. So the movie, that just ended up being a backfire. That was strike one. Strike two was after we left the movies, we went to go to Moe's for a quick second. I think I had to stop at Moe's or in that area for some reason. And next to Moe's, we have this cookie place called Insomnia's. It's called Insomnia's Cookies. So Corbin was like, hey, I want some cookies or whatever like that. So Eric was like, hey, since I messed up at the movies, I'm just going to buy everybody cookies or whatever. So he was going to buy like the 24 pack of cookies and we're all just going to sit there and smash the cookies. But I never got that idea from Eric. I never knew Eric was going to pay for the cookies. So when we ordered the cookies, we're all standing there and the lady tells us the total and I just instantly give her my card because I'm a nice person. Like, hey, I'm just buying cookies for everybody. Like, I'm like, here you go. And I end up paying for it. And Melanie thought it was so funny. When I gave the person my card, Melanie just started laughing. And I was like, what's wrong? And the lady was looking so lost as she was swiping my card. I looked over to Eric and Eric had the funniest face. Eric had that face of disappointment. And I didn't know he was going to pay for Corbin's cookies or nothing like that, or all of our cookies, regardless, to impress Corbin. So when I looked at Eric, he had that face like, bro, what are you doing? So I was like, my bad. I didn't know you was going to pay for the cookies. So that was strike two. Strike two, I ended up paying for everybody's cookies or whatever like that. Eric, I guess he was going to like pay for like the cookies, like to impress Corbin and stuff like that or whatever. That didn't work out because I ended up paying for the cookies or whatever. Like Melanie thought that crap was so funny. Strike three was when we get to Hunter's house. Hunter calls us as we're like sitting outside of Insomnia at like the tables, eating the cookies and stuff like that. We're having a good time just talking. And Hunter calls us and says, hey, the spaghetti's ready. So we get to Hunter's house. To be granted, Hunter doesn't know how to cook. Like, if he watches this video, Hunter, you don't know how to cook. I'm sorry. You don't know how to cook. Hunter made spaghetti, and I guess halfway through making the spaghetti, Hunter didn't realize he didn't have enough like spaghetti sauce or like pasta sauce So what he did was he just added like a lot of ketchup to the pasta sauce, like to even it out. So we're all sitting there eating the spaghetti. Like I'm like, this got like a weird taste to it. Corbin was like, yeah, I got a weird taste. And like we're all just sitting there like eating the spaghetti, like, this don't taste right. And Eric asks Hunter, like, oh, what did you put in the spaghetti? And Hunter was like, I didn't have enough spaghetti sauce, so I just added ketchup. And we all literally just like spit out the food all at once. Like it was like simultaneously, everybody spit out the food at once. And we all just looked at each other in like complete silence. And Hunter was like, so y'all don't like the spaghetti? And like we all just started laughing. Like it was so funny. But what made it, like, what was the deal breaker, I guess, for Corbin was, Eric never ended up taking her home that night either. I think Eric ends up leaving. He ends up leaving and stuff like that. And I text Eric and I'm like, I thought you was going to take Corbin home. Like, I'm like, since this whole like day was for you and Corbin to like get to know each other, meet each other, see if like there's connection, why didn't you take her home? He said, I totally forgot. So I had to take Corbin back home, yada, yada, yada. Me and Corbin, it was in the car going back to her apartment, stuff like that. I drop her off. I come back to Hunter's apartment, chill with Hunter back on the PS4. And like, Paige was like, Kenny, like, what were you doing in the car with Corbin? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, she said you was acting kind of weird. And I was like, acting kind of weird. I was like, I'm the type of person to be in the car listening to music like Millie rocking and that bit like I'm like, that's just who I am. Like I sing to the songs really loud. I get hyped when I'm driving. Like I literally like be doing this, like driving down. But I guess like me doing all that was like kind of like a red flag for Corbin. So I guess like, so she texts Paige and was like, hey, like, were y'all trying to set me up with somebody tonight? And Corbin was, and Paige was like, no, what do you mean? She was like, were y'all trying to set me up with Eric? Because Kenny's been acting weird all night towards me and stuff like that. And every time I like try to talk to him, he like refers to Eric. And like I guess Paige, that's when Paige tells Corbin like, yeah, like we were trying to see like if you liked Eric and stuff like that. And she was like, he seems cool, but he doesn't seem like the type of person to actually like go on a date with or whatever like that. Which is understandable. But a couple of days later, Eric ended up asking for Corbin's number. And I personally, me, like, if the person doesn't want you to give them their number out, I'm not gonna give your number out. So like when Eric was like, hey, let me get Corbin's number, and I was like, and I literally told Eric, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, if she don't want me to give her number out to people, like I can't give it out. So I guess he went and asked Paige for her number. And Paige ends up giving Eric Corbin's number. And like I guess Eric was texting Corbin like daily, like back to back to back to back to back. And like it wasn't like he wasn't like saying anything rude. He was like texting her like, good morning, beautiful, like I hope you have a great day or whatever like that. But Corbin's not that type of girl. Like Corbin even said it, like she was like, I need like an assertive person. Like Eric's sweet and all, but I need him to be more assertive with himself and stuff like that or whatever. So Corbin never ends up like liking Eric at the end of the day. So literally everything we did that whole night, like going to the movies, going to get cookies, going to chill back at Hunter's apartment after everything was over, all that just end up being like a waste. Like, because at the end of the day, Corbin never liked it, Eric. And like I find out a couple of like probably like the next semester or whatever like that Corbin said that she'll actually like go out with me or whatever like that. And I felt some type of way about that. But that's a whole different story. But like at the end of the day, I'm not a Cupid. If you trust me to like hook you up, like I'm most likely gonna mess up your whole relationship. I'm not a Cupid. At the end of the day, I really got blamed like for how that date went. because I sat between Eric and Corbin throughout the movie. I deprived Eric of like buying Corbin like a dessert or whatever like that. And I literally had to pick up and drop Corbin off on both trips. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not a Cupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not a Cupid. I'm not a Cupid. I'm not. I'm sorry. But hey, if y'all liked this video, go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell your friends. Go watch my last couple of videos. I got a lot more videos coming up. I'm going to start doing parodies on videos. My coworkers are already telling me to stop because I'm doing parodies about moles now. So y'all go ahead and like hit the subscribe button so y'all can get more videos. Bama Breaker out. The money is my mission. God put me on this earth so I can handle my business. Money, power, and respect, that's my only 3 visions. No X, man. If you ever leave, I'm hope I'm better than your next, man. I don't get depressed. I just think about my next plan. I don't trust nobody, not even my best friend.